Provenance, noun, the place where something originally comes from. Welcome back. It's been so nice having you all of this time. And so we are back in my archive where I keep all of my artwork from the last 10, 20, I don't know, maybe even longer years as working as an artist. And so it's really important to, as an artist, to keep your work organized, to keep it archived, to know where it is. And so today I want to talk about some pretty heavy pieces. And when I say heavy, I mean heavy to carry. So we've got this little box here. Okay, you need both hands for this. So there's probably about 40 pounds of stuff in here. Okay, so let's open this box up. And this is a fun one. I should have checked what the year was for this, but we can always check. So I'm just going to open these up and see what's in here. This is one of these boxes where things have not been archived properly yet. It's kind of I'll get to it one day box. So if I've not said before, don't store things with bubble wrap long term because it's not good for your work. So anyway, let's see what we have in here. I'm going to open this up. So these are marble heads, and it's a series of works that were created possibly in 2013. I'm having a guess there. If I'm wrong, I'll maybe change the name of this so you can see the real year. Also, another thing I realized is that a lot of years of when work was created by artists, I swear that a lot of that's just made up, because I made this work and I don't even remember when it was made. So imagine in 20 years time, if someone is looking at this work and trying to guess when did Shantell Martin make it, I don't know if they would be able to guess the correct date. So I don't believe that lots of dates of the work being created for artists are completely correct, but that's just my own opinion. So getting distracted, let me jump back in here.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that's my art conspiracy theory, is that the dates, when you go to the museum and you see the date that it was made, I believe that most of those dates are wrong, based on my own experience as an artist. That's my art conspiracy theory. Okay, so this is a nice one. So this, or these marble heads are all on pieces of marble that you might use for a countertop, and they've had these pieces of wood glued to the bottom of them with Gorilla Glue, and these big holes here so that they can hang on a wall. And I don't know if this was legal, but I was visiting a friend of mine in Florida, and we drove past a scrapyard for marble, and so we went onto this scrapyard, and basically as much as we could carry in scrap marble, we carried out. And so this is probably as much as I could carry. I think there's a few more. But it's kind of amazing when you drive past a scrapyard or a dump yard, whatever you call it, and as an artist you see a wealth of material that is just sitting there that could be used to make something. So when I drove past the scrapyard in Florida, I was like, oh my gosh, that's free marble that we need to grab there. So all of these marble heads are dictated by the shape of the scrap. So this is really nice because we have this nice curve here. When there's a smooth line, you have a face. And so I really love that the shape of the material lended itself to what type of face would be on them. And I showed you briefly this one, but I didn't read it. It says, "Someday remember me," and the me's are underlined. So it's just a very sweet face saying, someday remember me. a nice one there. This is an interesting one because it's I guess a rectangle, and I've used black ink on the sides here, and then you can see the exposed marble on the bottom sides, and it just says, who are you, 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 who are you. And so they become really nice pieces of sculpture. So for something like this, I'm not overthinking about what the series is. I'm just thinking I believe it was maybe 20 pieces of marble in total. I have these great canvases. They look like faces to me. I'm going to draw faces on them. Some of them feel like they should also have words on them, so I'm drawing words on them. And they together almost become like maps or puzzles that could be joined together. So these are called marble heads. It's a series from, like I said, I think 2013, and this one's really heavy. It's just about using resources that you can find. As an artist, you get to be super sustainable. You get to recycle, you get to reuse, you get to find objects that other people don't want anymore, and you get to give them new life. These, I don't know what would have happened to them. I think they would probably still been in that pile in Florida, just sitting there. And so I love that as an artist, you get to take old material, you get to recycle, you get to be sustainable, you get to give things new life, you get to give things character and form, you get to rescue objects, you know, just like the bottles that I draw on. Those are found bottles, you know, they're litter on the streets or they're in trash cans, and I'm taking those and recycling them and using them. And these are quite similar to that. So I would encourage you, you know, when you're out in the world, see if there's something that you can reuse. See if there's something that doesn't need to be thrown away. Or if it's already been thrown away, bring it home, clean it up, and make some nice art. So I was just looking at this one, and I remember it might be a self-portrait. You know, if you look, we both have a nice mole there. So sometimes there's these little portraits there. Maybe that, if I do that, you can see that it looks like me. There you go.